wanted to do a quick review on this vintage Harbor Freight cement mixer. So it's their 3.5 cubic foot cement mixer. Motor spins at 1520 RPMs, a 3rd horsepower, 110 volt, 60 hertz, and a 15-inch drum opening. And look at this, the date. I'm assuming this is right. January, February, March, April. So we have April 22nd of 2002. So that would make this machine, this cement mixer, is roughly 18, 17, 16, roughly 16 years old. And they've actually changed these. This is the original color, brown. And I don't think it looks orange on camera, but this is the original color, brown. And they've changed them. I guess the big one that they have is, I think it is orange, and the smaller one that they have is red. But you can see she has mixed some concrete in her life, and what I'm going to do today is finish pouring this pad. Well, start and hopefully finish pouring this pad. I've got all the rebar in, the form set. I'm probably going to level it one last time. And I've got the pipe put in for the line. This is for the propane tank to move it over here. So the propane tank should stay level, and that we also do not have to weed whack under it. You can see all the grass that's growing under there. We purposely don't weed whack under this thing because it's a lot of weed whacking to do. And a concrete pad will make this thing look a lot more finished. So this cement mixer has the 2 wheels in the back and a foot pad up here. Well, not really a foot pad, but a pad. And then the handlebar here. The newer ones actually have a nicer grip. And then with this lever here, what you can do is you just pull that, and then you can rotate this drum. Should be 360 degrees. Yep, you can rotate it 360 degrees, and then this thing is spring loaded, which is kind of neat. Now, we bought this used came off of Facebook Marketplace, and I think we paid about $100 for this thing, so that's not that bad. That's roughly half price of what a new one is, so I'm happy about that. Now, obviously, I did not have to assemble this thing. It came fully assembled, and there's like a gasket in here, and you just kind of bolt it together and whatnot. But I wish there wasn't so much concrete that was built up in this thing. I may at some point try to figure out a way to clean this somehow, because it's like, I don't know, half an inch thick maybe on the one side there, or a quarter inch, probably a quarter inch thick. So yeah, I guess we're ready to pour this. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to do. I have the rebar all wire tied and whatnot, so I am pretty much good there. So let's put some bags of concrete in here. I'm going to probably I have 17, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 17 80-pound bags. And this pad, they said online, was going to take roughly, was it 15 or 14? So I have a few extras, and I had to add more gravel also. So, but yeah, let's mix up some of this concrete. I wanted to say I am not a professional by any means at doing this. This was actually my first ever concrete pour that I've ever done in my entire life. And I've got to say, this cement mixer has really made things a lot easier. There's no hand mixing in a wheelbarrow or something, and it just seems like you can never get the bottom of the wheelbarrow mixed, the stuff at the bottom. And I'll give you guys a little tip here. When you are cutting these bags, don't use your knife like I'm using. I only did that for one bag, and what I'll do is I actually take the mixer itself, instead of having it at an angle, I turn it vertically, and that seems to work a lot better. It makes the concrete just want to fall right in. And I take the shovel, split the bag down the middle on one side. So this would be on the short side. You would, or no, on the long side you'd split it in half, and then it'll drop in with I split it in half with a shovel, and this is only one side of it. You only go halfway, and then you flip the 80-pound bag over the top of it, and then it goes right in without any problems. So, you know, I kind of learned a few things as I progressed in this project. Another thing, you should be wearing a respirator or dust mask of some sort, because this stuff is not good to be breathing, and I obviously did not do that, but it was somewhat windy the day that I was doing this, so I basically just stayed out of the dust cloud as best as I could. And here you can see I'm grabbing the shovel, and this is what I was saying, to basically just cut the bag with the shovel only on the top, and make sure it's cut pretty much halfway across the sides and stuff, and then you just flip the bag over like so, and then both halves fall in, and you dump out the rest of the concrete real easily. This is probably the best way that I've found to, you know, get the bags cut open and put into the mixer, and also having them right in the trailer. There's no moving them again. Like I said, these are 80-pound bags, and I had, what was that, 14 or 1,500 pounds of weight in this trailer. And this is, for anyone that doesn't know, this is a Harbor Freight trailer, and it seemed to haul it fine. Really did not have any problems with it. But another little tip I'll give you guys is they say to add, for 80 pounds of concrete, they say to add 3 quarts of water. So I added 2 80-pound bags to this mixer, and that means that I would need 6 quarts of water to get this concrete to be mixed right. And what I did, this is another tip that I learned after I did a couple batches of these. The concrete would stick to the bottom of the mixer, and that is really a problem, because the stuff on the top here gets mixed before the stuff on the bottom does, and sometimes the stuff on the bottom doesn't even get mixed at all. So what I did to remedy that is add in about a gallon or a little bit over a gallon into the mixer first before you put any of the concrete in. So therefore there will be water in the bottom of the mixer first, and then the concrete is less likely to stick to it. I think also having concrete stuck to the sides of this mixer will make it want to stick more, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to clean this. They sell cleaners that I can buy online that's like $30 for a bottle of it. You know, we spent $100 on this mixer, so that's a pretty expensive option. I might go scrape up some limestone in the gravel driveway we have and fill up this mixer some with it, and then just turn it on and let it tumble, and it'll eventually wear itself away. Also, another helpful tip is, once it starts to be somewhat thoroughly mixed, you know, you're not quite there yet, take the handle to my right and put it down one more notch. So you have the vertical position to put the bags in, and then there's one position over that is for a gentle mix, and then the further down you go it becomes more of an aggressive mix. And by that I mean, it's agitating the concrete more. So if you were to put right whenever you put the bags in and then add your water, if you were to put that right at the lowest position or almost horizontal or just before that, it will make a lot of dust and stuff. So you really don't want to do that. But you see me there with the shovel pulling out some of the dried concrete, and this is because I did not put the water in first. Again, this was kind of my first time doing this, so these are just some of the things that I've learned along the way to try to make this job easier. And this mixer is so nice to have. But now you see I put it down another notch or two on the side there, and it definitely does agitate the concrete more. So just so you guys know that. And there's a closer view of it mixing. And you can still see every once in a while there's still some stuff stuck to the bottom. You can easily put two 60-pound bags in this thing, and you can somewhat easily put two 80-pound bags in it. I mean, it'll mix it. Now this is one con of this cement mixer I don't like. I had to tip our wheelbarrow into the side of it so that I could get it to pour out. And I know some of you are thinking, oh, why don't you just put the mixer, you have the pad right there, why don't you just put the mixer right next to the pad and pour into the pad? Yes, I could have maybe done that. It is not entirely the best to do it that way, only for the simple fact that you have the one wheel and you have the front piece, the front leg that's on this, that it's almost dumping almost right underneath the mixer just before that, and you'd really have to have the mixer super close to your forms. So that's just one of the things, that's the way it is. But I did also pull up the rebar, and I'll tell you what, I'm really happy we bought this cement mixer. And for it being 16 years old and it's still working, I'm pretty happy with that. So there you go. That is how you use the Harbor Freight cement mixer. So far I am happy. You do have to wet down the wheelbarrow, your tools, wet down the mixer, because then it'll stick to the bottom. I just figured that out. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and if you would, please give me a like and comment and subscribe for more, and hopefully we will see you all in the next one. I have a lot more mixing to do.